So the two pillars were just in time.
The method is always changing.
But the ideas and the concept and the philosophy is there. Jidoka, build quality into the process. Intelligent, automatic machines, operator can stop the production line. And Sakichi's first Jidoka was that string. When that string broke, a single thread, the piece of metal fell down. We'll see that in just a little bit. It stopped the machine.
Production line stop system.
Yeah.
It started in like about 1970 at the Motomachi plant. The company even installed a stopping switch. There was a stop switch, but nobody wanted to use it.
Everyone's afraid to use it, right? Because that's a big deal to stop the line.
It's even hard as a manager to stop the line and then call because there's a defect. Who made this defect? We would talk to the leader and the manager and say, stop it and fix it every time. Then report to me and I will release the line, and then I would start the line again. It's kind of an education to get people to change their mind about this.
Okay to stop the line. Yeah. Did the Gemba people, were they in trouble for making the defect?
やっぱり振りを流したら、それはやっぱりそれで怒られますか?
Before, they would make a defect and they would never stop the line. Continue with the production, and they would say, this is the big guy because he would keep the production going.
Good guy.
Even though there were many defects, they would never stop the line. This was the wrong attitude.
So in other words, they were the good guys. If you stopped the line, you made a defect, you're a good guy?
This is the wrong thinking. We needed to change that. I wanted to change this.
That was a wrong attitude that even though you create defects, you didn't stop the line, then the team leader used to say you did a great job because you didn't stop the line.
Oh.
But he needed to change that culture.
Where you're the good guy if you stop the line.
Exactly.
I see.
That's why
So
they were
before,
afraid to stop it.
Yeah, before they were praised for not stopping the line. Work. Then we want to say, no, stop the line. No defects.
And then quality must be first, right? This is a very important thing. Good relationship between the workers and the company.
Right. The good relationship between the company and the employees and suppliers. So this whole human relationship between everybody is extremely important for Toyota.
Yeah, many companies fail to do this.
Yeah, because they want a strong arm. They want to say, hey, I'm giving you my money, do exactly what I say. And where Toyota works with people to develop their processes to deliver good quality. It's a totally different philosophy. One is driven by ego. The other one is driven by cooperation and development.
So before I joined Toyota, it was a very difficult situation between Toyota and the workers, between management and the workers.
Difficult situation. Yeah, very difficult.
This foundation was built on standardized work and a good relationship between the workers and management.
These are the foundations.
No standard, no improvement.
No standards, no improvement. It all looks very simple when you see it all laid out here.
I was working with temporary workers. One day I went to a Toyota supplier, and it was very nice. Always do the same thing. Good standard. But when I went to a Nissan Tier 1 supplier, there was no standard. Everyone was doing something different. Even in that temporary workers company, where there were temporary employees, they taught TPS. Because what Toyota would do is they would dispatch young engineers to go to this Tier 1 and Tier 2 suppliers to teach TPS even to temporary workers. So the result was even a temporary worker learned TPS.
The temporary worker company learned the TPS system because a TPS worker was dispatched from Toyota to teach it to them. And that same temporary company was supplying people to Nissan. Is that right? No. How did a Nissan?
Nissan Tier 1 company, no standard. So I started to implement the Toyota production system even in Tier 1 company. We would standardize standard work, the work sequence, and the production control sheet. Before that, there was no production control sheet.
Right.
So now we actually have a plan and we check after 1 hour to see how we met the target. These KPIs became a very normal system within Toyota.
To have standards. Why were you involved with Nissan? I don't understand how Nissan comes into the story right
なんで今日産の話になった
now. Why did you bring Nissan up?
その派遣会社
I bring Nissan up because I'm just comparing. This is why Nissan has so many problems. It's because they don't have these standard practices. Not only Nissan, there are many other companies too.
Because of lack of standards.
Yes, because they didn't develop their people. They didn't develop these standards and they didn't develop a coaching system.
It doesn't develop their people.